Dear student, today we will take fourth lecture of quantum mechanics, physics paper PH 4502. Okay, in the first lecture we have established Schrodinger equation for a particle. In the second lecture we have given the physical interpretation of wave function psi. In the third lecture we have discussed the normalization of the wave function, and in the fourth lecture we will study what is the expectation value of a dynamical variable and Ehrenfest theorem. Okay, so first of all we define what are the expectation values of a dynamical variable, and then we will study Ehrenfest theorem has two parts. Okay, now what is a dynamical variable? When particle is in motion, the parameters like position x of the particle, velocity of the particle, momentum of the particle, and energy of the particle are dynamical variables. Right? So when particle is in motion, the parameters associated with the particle motion like position x of the particle, velocity of the particle, momentum of the particle, and energy of the particle, these parameters are called dynamical variables. So the parameters associated with the particle motion like position x of the particle, velocity v of the particle, momentum p of the particle, and energy of the particle are called dynamical variables. Okay, and we want to discuss the expectation value of a dynamical variable of a particle, like the expectation value of position x, expectation value of momentum p, expectation value of energy, like that, right? Okay, so suppose we want to find the expectation value of position x of the particle. So let us see what is the expectation value of position x. Okay, similarly you can find the expectation value of velocity, and x you can find the expectation of momentum v. So first of all let us see what is the expectation value of position x of a particle, say electron, right? So suppose you are given one electron, at position x1. The wave function of the electron at position x1 is psi 1. Okay. Now you are asked to take 10 observations of the position of the electron around position x1 whose wave function is psi 1. Okay. So in order to see the electron, you have to focus the microscope on the electron. Okay, because without microscope and light you cannot see the electron, you cannot take the observations of the position of the electron. So let us consider one microscope. Okay, this is the microscope. Okay, with the help of this microscope, okay, if you focus the microscope on the electron and if you throw the light on the electron, okay, you can see the electron, right? So you are asked to take 10 observations of the position of the electron. Okay, in order to take 10 observations of the position of the electron, we have to focus a microscope on the electron and throw the light on the electron, so that with the help of light we can see the electron and we can take the observations of the position of electron. Suppose I focus an electron microscope on the electron and take the first observation of position of the electron with the help of this light. My first observations of the position of electron will be 1 centimeter. Right? The position of electron is at 1 centimeter. So let us focus the electron microscope on the electron, and if you throw the light on the electron you can see the electron, and with the help of microscope I am taking the first observation of the position of electron. Suppose it is 1 centimeter. Now for to be more accurate, I take the second observations of the position of electron. If I take the second observations of the position of electron, it should be 1 centimeter. But when I take second observations of the position of electron with the electron microscope, I find the second observation is 1.01 centimeter. It is different than the first observations. Okay. So for more accuracy, okay, I want to confirm the accuracy of my readings. I take the third observations of the position of electron. Okay. The third observations of the position of electron will be again 1.01 centimeter. Okay. I take the fourth observation. It is 1 centimeter. I take the fifth observation, it is 0.9 centimeter. It means every time I am getting different observations. Okay, now what is the reason for this? Okay, now the reason is this: when you throw a light on the electron, in order to see the electron, when you throw a light on the electron, light is made up of photons, and energy of the light photon is hf. Now what will happen when a light photon, in order to see the electron, we have to throw light on the electron, and when the light is thrown on the electron, light is made up of photons whose energy is hf. So when a light photon of energy is equal to hf is striking on the electron, it will apply a force on this electron. As a result, the electron is shifted from position x1 to x2. When the position of the electron is changed, the wave function of the electron is also going to change, because wave function depends on x and t. So at position x2, the wave function becomes psi 2. ये कैसे हुआ? सपोज आप x1 पोजीशन पे खड़े हैं, you are standing at position x1. I am taking your first observation, x1 is 1 centimeter. Okay. Now suppose पीछे से कोई आपको धक्का लगाता है, पीछे से कोई आपको धक्का फोर्स लगाता है, तो आप x1 पोजीशन पर से x2 पोजीशन पे आ जाते हैं, राइट? So suppose you are standing at position x1, I am taking your observations of the position. So आप x1 पोजीशन पर खड़े हैं, you are standing at position x1, your first observation of the position x1 is 1 centimeter. अभी कोई पीछे से आपको धक्का लगाता है, फोर्स लगाता है, तो आप x1 पे से x2 पे आ जाते हैं, राइट? योर पोजीशन इज चेंज्ड. Similarly, when the light photon of energy is equal to hf is incident on the electron, when the light photon of energy hf collides with the electron, it will apply a force on the electron. As a result, electron is shifted from position x1 to x2. Its wave function is also changed from psi 1 to psi 2. But हमको ये मालूम है कि ऐसा होगा कि लाइट फोटोन इलेक्ट्रॉन पे फोर्स अप्लाई करेगा, तो इसीलिए इलेक्ट्रॉन की पोजीशन x1 से x2 हो जाएगी. So we take care of this. So before we take the second observation, what we do? We put the electron on the initial position x1 and then we take the observation, right? हमको ये पता था कि भाई when light photon इलेक्ट्रॉन पे स्ट्राइक होगा तब इलेक्ट्रॉन पे फोर्स लगाएगा. when light photon of energy hf strikes on collides with the electron, it will apply force on the electron. As a result, the position of electron is shifted from x1 to x2. So हम जब दूसरा ऑब्जर्वेशन लेते हैं, तो before we take the second observation, we put the electron on the original position x1. दूसरा ऑब्जर्वेशन लेने से पहले हम इलेक्ट्रॉन को उसकी ओरिजिनल पोजीशन x1 पर रखते हैं. देन वी टेक द ऑब्जर्वेशन even though we are not getting the same observation. This is the quantum mechanics. This is the uncertainty. You have studied the Heisenberg uncertainty position, that the position and momentum of the electron cannot be measured simultaneously with accuracy, right? So this is the quantum mechanics कि इलेक्ट्रॉन सेकंड ऑब्जर्वेशन लेने के पहले इलेक्ट्रॉन को हम उसकी ओरिजिनल पोजीशन x1 पे रखते हैं, उसके बाद ऑब्जर्वेशन लेते हैं, फिर भी हमको अलग अलग ऑब्जर्वेशन मिलता है. ये कैसा हुआ कि आप x1 पोजीशन पर खड़े थे, किसी ने आपको पीछे से फोर्स लगाया, किसी से आपको पीछे से धक्का लगाया, आप x1 से x2 पे चले गए. और बिफोर आई टेक्स द सेकंड ऑब्जर्वेशन, तो मैंने क्या किया, आपको x2 पर से आपको फिर से x1 पे खड़ा कर दिया. ओके, फिर मैंने आपका पोजीशन का सेकंड ऑब्जर्वेशन लिया, फिर भी मुझे 1 सेंटीमीटर सेम ऑब्जर्वेशन नहीं मिलता है. इंस्टेड ऑफ 1 सेंटीमीटर आई एम गेटिंग डिफरेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन 1.01 सेंटीमीटर. इन दिस वे, okay, I am getting, okay, so I take 10 observation. First observation of the position of electron is 1 centimeter, second observation is 1.01, third is again 1.01, fourth one is 1.9, sixth one is 1.01, seventh one is 1.01, eighth one is 0.9, again 1, 1.01, right? So in this way, I take 10 observations of the position of particle. I do not expect to get the same observation each time, even though I put the particle on the original position. so that the particle has the same wave function even though I am getting different observation. That is the quantum mechanics uncertainty. Okay, so I mention here, if we take large number of observation, if we take large number of observations of the position x of particle, if we take a large number of observations of the position x of the particle, we do not expect to get same observation each time, even though we ensure that particle has same wave function before each measurement. I think you understand this, that if we take large number of observations, here we have taken 10 observations of the position x of the particle. If we take a large number of observations, 10 observations of the position of particle, then we do not expect to get the same observation every time. Suppose if your first observation is 1 centimeter, then every time you are not getting 1 centimeter. Okay, sometimes you get 1 centimeter, sometimes you get 1.01 centimeter, sometimes you get 0.9 centimeter. So if we take a large number of observations of position x of the electron, every time we do not expect to get the same observation 1 centimeter every time. Okay, so we do not expect to get the same observation each time, even though we ensure that the particle has the same wave function before each measurement. Okay, so अब जब पहला observation लेते हैं, मैंने बताया कि when you throw a light on the electron, okay, light is a photon of energy. So when the light photon of energy HF is striking with the electron, it will apply force on the electron. As a result, the position of electron x1 is changed from x1 to x2. So when the light photon, when you focus the microscope on the electron and throw the light on the electron, and the light photon of energy UHF strikes with the electron, it will apply a force on the electron. As a result, the position of electron is shifted from x1 to x2. But before I take its wave function is also changed. But before I take the second observation, I take care of this. हमको मालूम है कि इसकी पोजीशन शिफ्ट हो गई. सो बिफोर वी टेक द सेकंड ऑब्जर्वेशन, वी ब्रिंग द पार्टिकल फ्रॉम shifted position x2 to the original position x1. Okay, so that the particle has the same wave function psi1. Okay, and if we take the second observation, even though we do not expect to get the same observation, right? तो अभी हमको क्या करना होगा, हमको अलग अलग ऑब्जर्वेशन मिलता है. प्रैक्टिकल में क्या करता है कि 5 ऑब्जर्वेशन लेते हैं, 10 ऑब्जर्वेशन लेते हैं, उसके बाद में क्या करते हैं, उसकी मीन और एवरेज लेते हैं. तो सब ऑब्जर्वेशन की मीन और एवरेज जो वैल्यू है उसको बोलते हैं एक्सपेक्टेशन वैल्यू. द मीन वेटेड मीन और एवरेज वैल्यू of all these observations is called expectation value. तो प्रैक्टिकल में करते हैं कि 10 ऑब्जर्वेशन लेता है, 10 ऑब्जर्वेशन की मीन और एवरेज वैल्यू निकालता है, राइट. द वेटेड मीन वैल्यू और एवरेज, द वेटेड मीन वैल्यू और एवरेज वैल्यू ऑफ ऑल दिस 10 ऑब्जर्वेशंस इज कॉल्ड एक्सपेक्टेशन वैल्यू. Expectation value of position x is denoted by this symbol bracket x. Similarly, so expectation value is the mean value, or average value of all the observations of position, and it is denoted by bracket x. Similarly, expectation value of momentum is denoted by symbol bracket p. Expectation value of velocity is denoted by bracket v. Expectation value of energy is denoted by bracket e, right? So the weighted mean value or average value of all these 10 observations of the position of electron is called the expectation value of a dynamical variable. Okay, now next, suppose these are our 10 observations. If we take, how to take the mean or average of all these observations. Okay, so in this observation we find that in these observations we find that observation 1.01, see you have 10 observations. You can see observation 1.01 is obtained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So observation 1.01 is obtained 5 times. Okay. So we have taken 10 observations of the position of particle electron. The first observation is 1 centimeter, second is 1.01, third one is 1.01, fourth one is 1 centimeter, fifth one is 0.9, 10th one is 1.01. So we find that observation 1.01 is obtained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? Second observation 1 centimeter is obtained, तो ऑब्जर्वेशन 1 कितनी बार मिलता है, देखो 1, 1, 2 and 3. So observation 1 is obtained 3 times. And lastly, observation 0.9 is obtained only 2 times. Okay, so in such observations we find that observation 1.01 is obtained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Observation 1 centimeter is obtained 1, 2, 3 times, and observation 0.9 is obtained 1 and 1 2 times, right? So total will be 5 plus 3 plus 2, 10 observation हो गए. Okay, now let us find the probability of these observations. आपने जो 10 observations लिए इसमें 1.01 observation 5 बार मिलता है. Total number of observations are 10. Total number of observations are 10. So out of n is equal to 10 observations, we are getting observation 1.1 is obtained 5 times, observation 1 is obtained 3 times, observation 0.9 is obtained 2 times. So total will be 5 plus 3 plus 2, 10. Okay, so आपको 10 observations आपने जो लिए, 10 observations जो लिए है, इसमें से observation 1.01 आपको 5 बार मिलता है, ये 1 सेंटीमीटर ऑब्जर्वेशन 3 बार मिलता है, और 0.9 ऑब्जर्वेशन 2 बार मिलता है. सो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन 1.01, प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन 1.01 इज P ऑफ 1.01 इज इक्वल टू, टोटल आपने कितने ऑब्जर्वेशन दिए हैं, 10, टोटल 10 ऑब्जर्वेशन दिए. 10 ऑब्जर्वेशन में से आपको 1.01 कितनी बार मिलता है, 5 बार, 5/10. सो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन 1.01 इज 0.5. So probability of getting observation 1.01 is, out of 10 observations 5 times we get observation 1.01, so probability of getting observation 1.01 is 5/10, so that is 0.5. Similarly 1 centimeter observation 3 बार मिलता है, so probability of getting observation 1 centimeter is P1 is equal to, चलो टोटल कितने ऑब्जर्वेशन लिए हमने, 10 में से कितनी बार 1 सेंटीमीटर ऑब्जर्वेशन मिलता है, 3 बार. सो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग ऑब्जर्वेशन 1 इज 3/10, दैट इज 0.3. एंड ऑब्जर्वेशन 0.9 इज ऑब्टेन 2 टाइम्स. सो प्रोबेबिलिटी of observation 0.9 is टोटल हमने 10 ऑब्जर्वेशंस लिए, इसमें से हमको 0.9 ऑब्जर्वेशन मिलता है दो बार, so it is 2/10, that is 0.2, right? So out of capital N is equal to 10 observation 1.01, out of capital N is equal to 10 observation 1.01 is obtained 5 times, so probability of observation 1.01 is 5/10, that is 0.5. 1 सेंटीमीटर ऑब्जर्वेशन हमको 3 बार मिलता है, observation 1 centimeter is obtained 3 times, so probability of getting observation 1 is 3/10, that is 0.3, and 10 observation से 0.9 सेंटीमीटर ऑब्जर्वेशन हमको 2 बार मिलता है, 0.9 observation 0.9 is obtained 2 times, so probability of getting observation 0.9 is 2/10, that is 0.2. ओके, तो अभी एक्सपेक्टेशन वैल्यू कैसे निकालेंगे? ठीक, सो अलग अलग ऑब्जर्वेशन अलग अलग प्रोबेबिलिटी से मिलते हैं. ऑब्जर्वेशन 1.01 हमको 5 बार मिला, so probability of observation 1.01 is 5/10, that is 0.5. 1 centimeter observation is obtained 3 times, so 1 centimeter observation की probability हुई 3/10, 0.3. 0.9 centimeter observation 2 बार मिलता है, तो 0.9 से observation की probability हुई 2/10, that is 0.2. so now expectation value of position x of a particle is denoted with bracket x is equal to probability into observation. अब देख सकते हैं कि पहला ऑब्जर्वेशन मेरा था 1.01 था, उसको मिलने की प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी है? 0.5 प्लस પછી 0.9 1 सेंटीमीटर ऑब्जर्वेशन मिलने की प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी है? 0.3. सो 0.3 इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग ऑब्जर्वेशन 1 and 0.2 is the probability of getting observation 0.9, right? So the expectation value of position x of the particle is defined by probability into observation. So 1.01 observation मिलने की probability है 0.5, so 0.5 is the probability of getting observation 1.01 plus 1 centimeter observation मिलने की probability है 0.3, so 0.3 is the probability of getting observation 1 plus 0.9 observation मिलने की probability 0.2, so 0.2 is the probability of observation 0.9. so आप निकालेंगे तो आपको expectation value मिलेगी 0.985. so this is the method of obtaining expectation value of position of the particle. So in short, I repeat quickly. Suppose you are given one electron with wave function psi, and you are asked to take the 10 observations of position of electron. For that, we will focus the electron microscope on the electron, and when we throw the light on the electron, we can see the electron. The first observation of the position of electron is 1 centimeter. Second observation is 1.01. Third is 1.01. In this way, we take 10 observations. 10th observations will be 1.01. In this 10 observation, we find that observation 1.01 is obtained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So probability of observation 1.01 is 5/10, that is 0.5. 1 सेंटीमीटर ऑब्जर्वेशन हमको 3 बार मिलता है, 1, 2, 3. So observation 1 is obtained 3 times. So probability of observation 1 is 3/10, that is 0.3. And 0.9 सेंटीमीटर ऑब्जर्वेशन को 2 बार मिलता है, 1 and 1 2 times. So 0.9 observation is obtained 2 times. So probability 0.9 observation 2 बार मिलता है, तो probability of observation 0.9 is 2/10, that is 0.2. So अलग अलग ऑब्जर्वेशन हमको अलग अलग 1.01 ऑब्जर्वेशन मिलने की probability 0.5. So we write 0.5 is the probability of observation 1.01 plus 1 centimeter observation मिलने की probability है 0.3. So 0.3 is the probability of getting observation 1 and 0.2 is the probability of getting observation 0.9. So आपको इलेक्ट्रॉन की पोजीशन की एक्सपेक्टेशन वैल्यू और एवरेज वैल्यू मिलेगी 0.985. ओके, दिस इज अ न्यूमेरिकल एग्जांपल व्हिच आई हैव मेंशन्ड हाउ टू फाइंड आउट द एक्सपेक्टेशन वैल्यू, राइट? इन द सेकंड पार्ट, suppose instead of 10 observation, instead of 10 observation suppose we take capital N is equal to large number of observations of position x of a particle with particular wave function psi. राइट, सपोज आप कोई पार्टिकल की पोजीशन के n लार्ज नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन, इंस्टेड ऑफ 10 यू आर taking 100 observations or 1000 observations or 10,000 observations like that. So suppose we take capital N is equal to large number of observations. Suppose you take 100 observations or 1000 observations or 10,000 observations or infinite observations of the position x of the particle with particular wave function psi. In such observation we find that in such observations we find that observation x1 is obtained n1 times. अब जो ऑब्जर्वेशन लेते हैं इसमें आपको x1 ऑब्जर्वेशन n1 बार मिलता है. नंबर 2 ऑब्जर्वेशन x2 is obtained n2 times. और थर्ड observation x3 is obtained n3 times. तो मैंने बताया आपको कि let us take capital N is equal to large number of 1000 or 10,000 or infinite number of observations or position x of the particle with a particular wave function psi. In such observations we find that observation x1 is obtained n1 times. आपको इस जो observations लेता है इसमें x1 ऑब्जर्वेशन n1 बार मिलता है, n1 टाइम्स मिलता है, x2 ऑब्जर्वेशन n2 टाइम्स मिलता है और x3 ऑब्जर्वेशन n3 टाइम्स मिलता है. सपोज I consider the previous case. Okay, we have considered three positions. x1 position थी 1.01 centimeter, x2 position थी 1 centimeter और x3 position 3.9. You have seen that observation 1.01 is obtained 5 times. So x1 is 1.01 observation is obtained 5 times. x2 is equal to 1 centimeter observation is obtained 3 times. And x3 is equal to 0.9 is obtained 2 times. So n3 is equal to 2 times. Okay. So in the previous case we have discussed that observation x1 is equal to 1.01 is obtained n1 is 5 times. Observation x2 which is 1 centimeter is obtained into 3 times, and x3 is 0.9 centimeter observation is obtained n3 is equal to 2 times. So observation x1 is equal to 1.01, observation x1 is equal to 1.01 is obtained n1 is 5 times. So probability of observation x1, probability of observation x1 is Px1 is equal to, now tell me that if observation x1 is obtained n1 is equal to 5 times, observation x1 is equal to 1.01, observation x1 is equal to 1.01 is obtained n1 5 times, observation x1 is equal to 1.01 of a particle is obtained n1 5 times, then probability of observation x1 is px1. Okay, it is written as small n1 upon capital N, because out of capital N observations, observation x1 is equal to 1.01 is obtained n1 times. Second, observation x2 is equal to 1 centimeter is obtained n2 3 times. So probability of observation x2, probability of observation x2 is px2 is equal to तो कैपिटल एन ऑब्जर्वेशन से आपको x2 ऑब्जर्वेशन n2 बार मिलता है. सो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग ऑब्जर्वेशन x2 इज n2 अपॉन कैपिटल N. एंड थर्ड, x3 is equal to 0.9 centimeter observation is obtained n3 2 times. So probability of observation x3 is px3 is equal to out of n observations x3 observation is obtained n3 times. So small n3 upon capital N is the probability of getting observation x3. Right? So probability of getting observation x1 1.01 observation is obtained n1 times. So x1 1.01 centimeter observation is obtained n1 5 times. So probability of observation x1 is px1, that is small n1 upon capital N. Observation x2 is equal to 1 centimeter is obtained n2 3 times. So probability of getting observation x2 is small n2 upon capital N, and observation x3 is equal to 0.9 is obtained n3 times. So probability of getting observation x3 is small n3 upon capital N. Right? So x1 observation आपको n1 टाइम्स मिलता है तो उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी होगी n1 अपॉन n. x2 ऑब्जर्वेशन आपको n2 बार मिलता है तो उसकी x2 ऑब्जर्वेशन की प्रोबेबिलिटी होगी n2 बाय n. एंड x3 is equal to 0.9 centimeter observation is obtained n3 2 times. So probability of observation x3 is n3 by capital N. So capital N is the total number of observations. Okay. Now we take the mean or average of all these observations. The weighted mean or average value of position x is denoted with bracket x. Okay. Now see, your first observation is x1. So हम कैसे मिल लेते हैं? weighted mean और एवरेज वैल्यू ऑफ पोजीशन x ऑफ द पार्टिकल इज, हाँ हम मीन कैसे लेते हैं? पहला ऑब्जर्वेशन है हमारा x1, तो लिखते हैं फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन इज x1 प्लस, राइट. सेकंड ऑब्जर्वेशन है x2, सेकंड ऑब्जर्वेशन लिखते हैं x2. थर्ड ऑब्जर्वेशन है x3 डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशंस इज n. n इज द टोटल नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन. लेकिन हमको x1 ऑब्जर्वेशन कितनी बार मिलता है? n1 बार. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ x1 आई हैव टू राइट वेटेड मीन में लिखना पड़ता है n1 x1. हमको x2 ऑब्जर्वेशन n2 बार मिलता है तो हमको लिखना पड़ता है n2 x2. सो व्हेन यू टेक द वेटेड मीन और एवरेज वैल्यू ऑफ पोजीशन x, okay, observation x1 is obtained n1 times, so you have to write n1 x1, plus observation x2 is obtained n2 times, so you have to write n2 x2, plus observation x1 is obtained n3 times, so you have to write n3 x3, divided by total number of observations is capital N. Okay. So the weighted mean or average value of position x is n1 upon capital N into x1 plus n2 upon capital N into x2 plus n3 upon capital N into x3 and so on. Now you can see here, what is the small n1 upon capital N? This small n1 upon capital N is the probability of getting observation x1 denoted by px1. So it is px1, probability of observation x1, px1 into x1, right? Because observation x1 is equal to 1.01, observation x1 is equal to 1.01 is obtained n1 5 times. So probability of observation x1 is small n1 upon capital N is the probability of getting observation x1 divided by px1 plus, what is this n2 upon capital N? So observation x2 is equal to 1 is obtained n2 3 times. So probability of observation x2 is small n2 upon capital N denoted by px2 So n2 upon n is the probability of getting observation x2 denoted by px2 into x2 plus what is n3 upon n. You can see here that observation x3 is equal to 0.9 is obtained n3 is equal to 2 times. So probability of observation x3 px3 is small n3 upon capital N, because capital N observation है n3 बार आपको observation x3 मिलता है. So n3 is the number of times observation x3 is obtained divided by total number of observation is the probability of observation x3 px3 into x3. So px1 is the probability of getting observation x1 plus px2 is the probability of getting observation x2 plus px3 is the probability of getting observation. The same thing we have done here. 0.5 is the probability of observation 1.01 plus 0.3 is the probability of observation 1 plus 0.2 is the probability of observation 0.9. So average or mean value of expectation value of position x of the particle is 0.985. Okay. Now if x is continuous, if we take infinite observation, if x is continuous, then sum is replaced by integration. Okay. Instead of taking n is equal to 10 or 100 or 1000 or 10,000 observations, if you take a large infinite number of observations, then your x is continuous, and if your x is continuous, then this sum is replaced by integration. So expectation value of position x is written as integration of px into x dx. In one dimension you have to write dx, in 3 dimension you have to write dx dy dz or d cube x, right? Now according to Max Born, okay, so what is this px1? Px1 is the probability of getting observation x1 plus px2 is the probability of getting observation x2 plus px3 is the probability of getting observation x3. If you take infinite observations and if x is continuous, then the above sum is replaced by integration of px into x dx, where px is the probability of getting observation x. In one dimension you have to write dx, in 2 dimension you have to write dx dy, in 3 dimension you have to write dx dy dz, that is d cube x. Okay. Now you know the equation of probability. Okay. That the probability of finding the particle is defined by psi square, right? So the square of the wave function gives the probability of finding the particle. So the probability is defined by square of the wave function psi square into x dx. Okay. So psi square is the probability of getting observation x. Now the psi square is written as psi into psi star. So this psi square I write as psi star into psi, and this x is the position of the particle. Please remember, x is not a symbol of multiplication, x is the position dx. In one dimension it is dx, in 3 dimension you have to write d cube x. So the above equation gives the expectation value of position x of a particle, right? Okay. So integration of px1 is the probability of getting observation x1 plus px2 is the probability of getting observation x2 plus px3 is the probability of getting observation x3. If we take infinite observation, if x is continuous, then the above sum is replaced by integration. So integral px into x dx is the expectation value of position x. Now probability is defined by psi square into x dx, and psi square is written as psi into its complex conjugate psi star. So psi square is written as psi star into psi into x dx. So x, here you can see x is sandwiched between psi star and psi, is called the expectation value of position x. X is sandwiched between psi star and psi, that gives the expectation value of position x. Okay. Now this equation gives the expectation value of position x of the particle. Okay. Now see, there is if you can write psi first, psi star. Okay, but this psi star written first and I have sandwiched position x between psi star and psi, that is in connection with the Dirac notation that you will study later on. So in connection with the Dirac notation, I have written the probability psi square as psi star into psi and sandwiched position x between psi star and psi, right? Otherwise you can write psi star as psi star into psi or psi into psi star. Similarly, expectation value of momentum p, expectation value of momentum p is defined by integration of psi star, instead of x you write p here, psi dx. Okay, in 3 dimension you have to write d cube x. D cube x means dx d by dz. Okay, but here, so expectation value of position x is defined by integral psi star, because probably psi square is defined as psi star into psi and x is sandwiched between psi star and psi. So the expectation value of position x of particle is defined by integral psi star into x psi d cube x, and expectation value of momentum p of the particle is defined by integration of psi star into p psi d cube x. Plus remember here this p is not a momentum but p is a operator. Right? So here what happens? The operator of momentum is operating on psi. Whatever the result we get, it is multiplied by psi star. So we have 2 definitions. Expectation value of position x is defined by integral psi star x psi d cube x, right? So position x is sandwiched between psi star and psi is called the expectation value of position x, and similarly expectation value of momentum is defined by integral. You have to sandwich momentum operator p between psi star and psi, so psi star p psi d cube x gives the expectation value of momentum p. So expectation value of any dynamical variable, expectation value of any dynamical variable A is, so we can write the expectation value of any dynamical variable as integration of psi star, okay, psi d cube x. So if you want to write the expectation value of position x, you have to sandwich x between psi star and psi. Expectation value of momentum is defined by integral psi star p psi d cube x, and expectation value of dynamical variable is defined by psi star a psi d cube x, where a is the operator. So आपको याद ये रखना इधर कि here this p which is sandwiched between psi star and psi is not the momentum but it is the operator of momentum, right? Similarly, expectation value of any dynamical variable A, whether the dynamical variable is position or momentum or energy, it is defined by integration of psi star a psi d cube x. Okay. Now, in the second part, we will study Ehrenfest theorem. Ehrenfest theorem. There are 2 parts of the Ehrenfest theorem. The first part of the Ehrenfest theorem is this: d by dt of x is equal to p by m, right? So we have to prove the Ehrenfest theorem, d by dt of x is equal to p by m. This equation can be written as p is equal to, if you take m on this side, m dx by dt. What is this dx by dt is called? Velocity. So p is equal to mv. Okay, so this is a very simple and well-known equation of momentum. P is equal to mass into velocity. Okay, but in quantum mechanics we cannot measure the velocity and momentum accurately, so we have to take the mean or average expectation value of velocity, expectation value of momentum p. Okay, so the first Ehrenfest theorem we have to prove, that is d by dt of x. D by dt of x is equal to p by m. Okay, so let us prove the first Ehrenfest theorem, d by dt of x is equal to p by m. From this you can write p is equal to, if I take m on left side, it becomes p is equal to expectation value of momentum p is equal to m into dx by dt. This dx by dt is called velocity, expectation value velocity v, so P is equal to mv. So this is the simple analogous equation of classical mechanics, P is equal to mv. So we are going to prove the simple analogous equation, classical equation P is equal to mv okay, in quantum mechanics. Okay. Now first of all, in order to prove the first Ehrenfest theorem, d by dt of x is equal to d by dt of x is equal to p by m, or p is equal to m dx by dt, or p is equal to mv. First we start with the expectation value of position x. So solution: the expectation value of position x, the expectation value of position x is defined by okay, we have just proved, we have just obtained the expectation value of position x. What is the equation of expectation value of position x? The expectation value of position x is defined by probability psi square into observation x dx. Now psi square is defined as psi star into psi dx, right? So expectation value of position x is defined by the probability psi square into observation x dx. Now probability psi square is written as psi star into psi, and position x is sandwiched between psi star and psi dqx, right? So this is the definition of expectation value of position x, is defined by integration of psi star into xi dqx, psi star into x psi d cube x, right? Now we want to find the time derivative of this expectation value. Now when you take the time derivative of expectation value of position x, you study how the expectation value change with time. Okay, so to study how does the expectation value of x change with time, we take time derivative on both sides, right? See, a expectation value of x टाइम के साथ कैसे चेंज होती है, उसके लिए लेट अस टेक टाइम डेरिवेटिव ऑन बोथ साइड. इफ यू टेक द टाइम डेरिवेटिव ऑफ एक्सपेक्टेशन वैल्यू ऑफ पोजीशन x, you can study how does the mean position, the expectation value x change with time. Okay, so in order to study how does the mean position or expectation value of position x change with time, let us take the time derivative on both the sides. So time derivative on the left hand side will be d by dt of x. Let us take time derivative on the right hand side, that is d by dt of psi star into x psi d cube x. So in order to study how does the mean position, expectation value of position x change with time, in order to study how does the expectation value of position x change with time, let us take the time derivative on left hand side and right hand side. So left hand side time derivative d by dt of expectation value of x is equal to integration of d by dt of psi star x into psi d cube x. Okay. Now here we have three terms, 1, 2 and 3. So I take the derivative of first term psi star. So what is the time derivative of psi star? D psi star by dt. Into, at that time I keep xi as it is. Right, so the time derivative of the psi star is d psi star by dt into xi is constant. Now I keep psi star x constant, and time derivative of psi with respect to t will be d psi by dt. You have the third term also, psi star into psi, and dx by dt. But x is a position operator, and position and momentum operator are independent of time, so the derivative will be 0. Right? So the time derivative of psi star is d psi star by dt. At that time xi is constant. Plus when psi star x is constant, time derivative of psi will be d psi by dt. Plus psi star psi is constant, time derivative of position operator x is 0, because position x and momentum p are time independent operators. Therefore x is a time independent operator of position, therefore dx by dt will be 0 d cube x. Okay. So d by dt of x is equal to integration of time derivative of psi star is d psi star by dt into xi. Time derivative of first term xi star is d psi star by dt into xi is constant plus psi star x is constant, and time derivative of psi will be d psi by dt. When psi star is psi into dx by dt is 0 because x is a position operator, it is time independent, d cube x. Now in this equation we have to substitute the values of d psi by dt and d psi star by dt. If you substitute the values of d psi by dt and d psi star by dt, you will get the value of d by dt of x. So in order to substitute the values of d psi by dt and d psi star by dt, we will use the Schrodinger equation. Okay, you know the Schrodinger equation very well. The Schrodinger equation for a particle, the Schrodinger equation of a particle in 3 dimension is, okay, we have studied the Schrodinger equation in 3 dimension. IH cross d psi by dt is equal to minus h cross square by 2m del square psi plus v psi, right? So in 1 dimension Schrodinger equation is IH cross d psi by dt is equal to minus h cross square by 2m d square psi upon dx square. But in 3 dimension we have 3 terms: d square psi upon dx square plus d square psi upon dy square plus d square psi upon dz square, that is del square psi plus v psi, where v is the potential energy of the particle, right? So this equation we have already derived in the first lecture. The Schrodinger equation for a particle, moving in a 3-dimensional space. Schrodinger equation of a particle moving in a 3-dimensional space is IH cross d psi by dt is equal to minus h cross square by 2m del square psi plus v psi, where del square is a Laplacian operator having 3 terms: d square psi upon dx square, d square psi upon dy square, d square psi upon dz square. Okay, now from this equation we can get the value of d psi by dt, because here we require the value of d psi by dt and d psi star by dt. These values can be obtained from Schrodinger equation. So value of d psi by dt is equal to 1 upon IH cross into bracket minus h cross square by 2m del square psi plus v psi. Okay, this is the value of d psi by dt. Okay, its complex conjugate is you know very well, when you take the complex conjugate, where do you take the complex conjugate? Plus I is replaced by minus I. The real terms you have to write as it is. So psi is a complex function, so उसका complex conjugate होगा psi star. So d psi by dt का complex conjugate क्या होगा? d psi star by dt. Okay, as I told you, when you take the complex conjugate, plus I is replaced by minus I. So instead of 1 upon IH cross, you have to write this plus I is replaced by minus I. So this plus 1 upon IH cross will be written as minus 1 upon IH cross. So when you take the complex conjugate, you have to put plus I is replaced by minus I. So minus 1 upon IH cross into bracket I have minus h cross square by 2m del square. Psi is a complex quantity, so h cross square upon 2m is a real quantity, so it doesn't have any complex conjugate. You have to write as it is. Psi is a complex conjugate, so psi का complex conjugate होगा psi star. V is real, write as it is. The complex psi is complex, so उसका complex conjugate है psi star. Equation 2, right? Okay. Now, so from Schrodinger equation of a particle, Schrodinger equation of a particle moving in a 3-dimensional space. Schrodinger equation of a particle moving in a 3-dimensional space is IH cross d psi by dt is equal to minus h cross square by 2m del square psi plus v psi. So Schrodinger equation of a particle moving in a 3-dimensional space is IH cross d psi by dt is equal to minus h cross square by 2m del square psi plus v psi. From Schrodinger equation, value of डी साई बाई डी टी, अगर डी साई बाई डी टी को आप सब्जेक्ट बनाएंगे तो क्या होगा, द वैल्यू ऑफ डी साई बाई डी टी इज आई एच क्रॉस, आई एम टेकिंग ऑन राइट साइड, सो इट इज 1 अपॉन आई एच क्रॉस माइनस एच क्रॉस बाई टू डेल स्क्वायर साई प्लस वी साई। और डी साई बाई डी टी का कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्जुगेट होगा डी साई स्टार बाई डी टी। कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्जुगेट लेते हैं तो प्लस आई का क्या करते हैं, माइनस आई, सो माइनस 1 अपॉन आई एच क्रॉस, माइनस 1 अपॉन आई एच क्रॉस, एच क्रॉस स्क्वायर बाई टू एम रियल तो ऐसे लिख दो, डेल स्क्वायर साई का कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्जुगेट होगा साई स्टार प्लस वी साई स्टार। ओके, नेक्स्ट putting values of d psi by dt and d psi star by dt into equation 1। तो आपका इक्वेशन 1 ये रहा, इक्वेशन 1 ये है d by dt of x is equal to integration of d psi star by dt into xi plus psi star x into d psi by dt into d cube x। एक क्वेश्चन में हमको वैल्यू रखनी है डी साई स्टार बाई डी टी की और डी साई बाई डी टी की, राइट। सो दिस इज अवर इक्वेशन 1, डी बाई डी टाइम डेरिवेटिव ऑफ expectation value of x। Okay, and when you take the time derivative of expectation value of x, you study how does the expectation value or mean value of position x change with time। Okay, so when you take the time derivative of expectation value of position x, we can study how does the expectation value or mean position position change with the time। So in order to study how does the expectation or mean value of position x change with time, we have taken the time derivative on both the sides। Okay, now we substitute the value of d psi star by dt and d psi by dt from equation 1 and 2। So d by dt of x is equal to integration of, first of all we put the value of d psi star by dt। You can see here what is the value of d psi star by dt, minus 1 upon I h cross, minus 1 upon I h cross into bracket minus h cross square by 2m del square psi star plus v psi star into xi as it is, into xi। Okay, so d psi star by dt की वैल्यू कितनी है, माइनस, बिकॉज कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्जुगेट ऑफ प्लस आई इज माइनस आई, माइनस 1 अपॉन आई एच क्रॉस माइनस एच क्रॉस स्क्वायर बाय 2m डेल स्क्वायर साई स्टार प्लस v psi star, and d psi star by dt is multiplied by which factor, xi plus second term plus psi star x plus psi star x into d psi by dt। Now from Schrodinger equation the value of d psi by dt is 1 upon I h cross, from Schrodinger equation the value of d psi by dt is 1 upon I h cross, 1 upon I h cross into bracket minus h cross square by 2m del square psi plus v psi d cube x it is। Okay, so in the first term I have substituted the value of d psi star by dt, it is minus 1 upon I h cross। In the first term I have substituted the value of d psi star by dt is minus 1 upon I h cross minus h cross by del square psi plus v psi star into xi plus psi star x। In the second term I have substituted the value of d psi by dt, what is the value of d psi by dt, 1 upon I h cross, 1 upon I h cross minus h cross by 2m del square psi plus v psi equals। Okay, now you can take 1 upon I h cross as a common factor, 1 upon I h cross को इंटीग्रेशन के बाहर ले लो, इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ माइनस माइनस क्या होगा, प्लस h क्रॉस स्क्वायर बाय 2m डेल स्क्वायर साई स्टार इंटू xi, डेल स्क्वायर साई स्टार इंटू xi। सेकेंड टर्म क्या होगा, माइनस और प्लस होगा माइनस v साई स्टार इंटू xi। इज इट अंडरस्टैंड, 1 upon I h cross I have taken outside the integral, in first integral will be minus this minus होगा plus h cross square by 2m del square psi star into xi minus plus होगा minus v psi star into xi। Okay, now third term plus और minus होगा minus, ये plus है और ये minus है, तो plus minus होगा minus h cross square by 2m psi star x into del square psi, एंड लास्ट टाइम होगा प्लस और प्लस प्लस psi star x into v psi d cube x. ओके, फिर से बताता हूँ. 1/i(h cross) is 1/i(h cross) is first and a common which I have taken outside the integral. First integral will be minus plus h cross square by 2m del square psi star into xi minus plus h cross square by 2m del square psi star into xi. Second term will be minus और plus होगा minus v psi star into xi. थर्ड टर्म होगा प्लस और माइनस h cross square by 2m psi star x into del square psi और लास्ट टर्म होगा psi star x into v psi d cube x. These two terms are cancel. ये दोनों टर्म कैंसिल हो गए, दिस एंड दिस, राइट. सो आपको मिलेगा d by dt of x is equal to 1/i(h cross). Okay, now out of 4 terms 2 terms are cancelled, so we are left with 2 terms. ये दोनों टर्म में से h cross square by 2m कॉमन है तो मैं बाहर निकलता हूँ उसको, तो h cross square by 2m को बाहर ले लेता हूँ. h cross square by 2m इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ del square psi star into xi minus psi star x into del square psi d cube x, राइट. तो दोनों टर्म कैंसिल हो गए, दोनों टर्म बचे, दोनों में से 1/i(h cross) बार है, h cross square by 2m को मैंने कॉमन ले लिया. सो 1/i(h cross) h cross square by 2m is कॉमन टेकन आउटसाइड द इंटीग्रल. सो फर्स्ट टर्म मेरा हुआ del square psi star into xi और सेकंड टर्म हुआ माइनस psi star x into del square psi. ये दोनों टर्म इक्वल अपोजिट है, कैंसिल हो गए, राइट. नाउ सी प्लीज बी केयरफुल हियर. These two terms you cannot cancel because here del square operator is operating on psi star and in this term del square operator is operating on psi. Both has different meanings. Del square is the Laplacian operator, it is operating on psi star and whatever the result of del square psi star is multiplied with xi. In the second term